Hockey fans, Hockey Nation, welcome to Hockey Nation live show with Coach Frenchy and the boot with Michael Devellano somewhere, somehow. I believe he's still in
I
Idaho.
am. I'm in
There
Idaho.
we go.
It's beautiful.
How is Idaho over there?
It's great, actually. It's a beautiful
Really?
place, and it's everyone's really nice. The weather's cool. We went hiking and swimming and paddle boarding and all the good stuff.
Awesome. First of all, happy Labor Day for the
Happy
people
Labor
from
Day.
USA and everywhere. If it's a holiday over there, enjoy your day. Have fun. It's all about family and friends. But don't forget, we have a hockey game tonight between game number one between the Islanders versus Tampa. But before that, we said we are here, I think, over 3 weeks now, right? I think we are
Yeah.
over 3 weeks now. We said many times, 2020,
Word.
it's not supposed to be that way. And again, last night, 98.9999 expert in NHL got completely wrong last night.
A
First
couple
of
again.
all, the team, secondly, 1-0.
And the
We
goalie.
said it's going to be only one goal against both teams.
Like how we were like I'm like, it's gonna be 5-1.
At 64-1. Second thing I would say to you, one thing you have to be careful now. Vegas, how many goals they scored the last three games?
I don't know. 3 goals, 4 goals?
One.
How is that possible?
The two other goals are empty net.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
So
And right, yeah, weird.
one goal over 130 shots on the net, and they cannot score.
Because Demko stoned them, and now this. So
And then last night it was, you know, Kudo Ben, who said he's going to have his first shutout and his career in NHL, by the way, by Kudobin. I'm happy for him. He's always
oh
been a
yeah,
good
he
goalie
played
in
well.
NHL. He's a good goalie.
He's a
He's
good
never
goalie
been, a really consistency year after year
for
number
sure.
one. Many years in Boston over there. You know what I mean? But he's always be great goalie. Yeah, at the end of the day, he's not a bad goalie like the people think
Absolutely
about
not.
us.
I don't think he's a bad goalie at all. I've been saying all along, like he's solid, but he's not a traditional goalie because he's not big.
That's true. He's
He's
not
like
like
a
he's
5'11" guy that maybe five.
maybe he looked like Alec. Alec.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
Like Halak's like 5'10".
Yeah. So they are not like a 6'4", 6'5",
Nope.
6. You know what I mean? So, um, hey, congrats to him to bring that team there, and then everybody
Absolutely.
shake our head again.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? We at some point right now, Michael, we have to now, we have to admit now, we have to say this.
This is a
Dallas is
good
real.
team.
Dallas is real.
Of
It's not
course.
like fake anymore. It's not. Listen, they are real.
Absolutely.
It's something we don't see yet. Now we have to prove this. Now we have to see it. Now they are real. Good defenseman. Klenberg winning goal yesterday.
Again, the
It was the
offense
first
is
shot of the
good.
game. By the way, it was not a bad play. I think. Now the second, before we jump on it, we need to talk about.
Flurry in the net.
Here we go.
Like, wait, what?
I don't
and
know.
and he only lets in 1 goal and they lose. How is this high?
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like we try to find some time. You guys bring hockey fans here, hockey nation fans. We try to bring you the best we know, the best we think is the we know we suck,
Yeah,
and we are wrong sometimes. It's not because we are not know hockey. It's just like sometimes coach see things differently, and they talk with their assistant coach or management, and then their players, and they feel like Fleury. He was his fourth game in the playoff. He have 3 wins so far until yesterday. You cannot tell him it's because of him they lose the game. It was
absolutely not.
a great wrist shot of a Clember on the right side low, where's the place where everybody score usually in NHL. So you cannot blame him about that one there. Now, Peter
Traffic in front.
Taubert, uh,
You know, hockey has to be the hardest sport to bet on. Like if you're a person that's playing pools or any of those things, like it's so the difference between the teams is so marginal.
yeah, so that's first of all the parity in hockey now. It's like, from sometimes you can see the standing record
Yeah,
between three win on OT, whatever it is on the year, make the playoff or not, and you can jump
that's
from
it.
12-11 to 6-5. It's crazy about that one over there. But I want to bring to you like where I believe, and we talked about this yesterday, if I can call it, I think the NHL is changing. I think the backup goalie becomes so important. And he, again, look Flurry yesterday.
Sure.
You know what I mean? He will be back
I
with,
never believed in this thing where you have one guy that plays 65 games.
he's going to be back now with Lerner.
Yeah.
Right now, this series never going to be back-to-back game anymore. It's going to be every 2 days because you have only two series.
Yeah.
Tonight is Eastern, tomorrow Western. All the game are at 8 p.m. The only game is Saturday night. You have a chance. I think it's 7:30, because he's on the NBC National. But all the game are at 8 p.m. during the week.
I mean, I think that, a couple of things stand out, right? Look at a team like Edmonton. Edmonton has two of the top three players in the NHL on that team. They actually have a good defensive core. They're a little young in parts, but Ethan Bear, the emergence of Ethan Bear really helps. Nurse, the goaltending, like just not there.
Mike Smith and Niskanen.
Koskinen's got like moments, but you can't rely on Mike Smith because he's a sub 900 goalie
Yeah.
at this point. Like he's getting up
He's
there.
about 38.
Yeah, he's got to be 38. And then look at their forwards. Like they don't get offense beyond that top line consistent at all.
No. If McDavid or Drexel have a day off, like
They're
I said,
screwed.
like no points, right?
Yeah,
They struggle, and I think that's
absolutely.
happening to Colorado again. Dallas, one
The
making
depth.
up 0 point. They score, but not good enough to imagine if he's making a score one goal.
That was a weird series because of the goaltending for Colorado because they got a lot of offense from the Kadri line. I thought they played really well. And normally that third line in Colorado would get offense, but they were injured. Like you had no Donskoy and you had no Nieto. So
Yeah,
that kind of screwed
Calvert,
up the system, right?
Calvert,
And
Calvert,
sorry, yeah,
Calvert.
I always get Calvert mixed up with Nieto. But again, I go back to Edmonton where you can't be top heavy in this league. This is not a league about stars. You need the stars, but you need the depth. And I think the one thing about COVID that's great is we have 24 teams in the playoffs. Because to your point, there's been probably, it seems obvious, 8 teams not getting in the playoffs that were capable of doing damage. Like like Dallas would have missed the playoffs in past years, maybe.
Now, I want to bring you this part of them, and you have great four coaches, a lot of experience behind that.
Right.
Barnes, we can maybe not say we don't like him, but he has
Oh,
over
he's been
four,
around.
five, yeah, for many years, right?
Yeah, and it's not
We
like
talk
I
about,
dislike him. I just don't believe he's
Peter Tobar, he's been there for many years.
Brewers like won Memorial Cup. He's had success wherever he's coached.
Barry Trotz
I mean, is there a better coach in the
John
game?
Cooper.
Yeah, John Cooper's had success. He's also had very good teams, and he's had some inconsistent. But he is a good coach, I think.
So you talk about four teams. Now I want to give you two philosophy team. You have a team like Vegas Islanders have two great goalies, back duo, right? If they can put anybody right now,
Yep.
and the team is not going to be behind. Like they
Yep.
will not be right compared to Tampa, have only, you know, they have two, but
Well,
honestly, it's all focusing on
Vasilevsky,
yeah.
like
Sorry,
Vasilevsky is an elite goalie.
he
He's a
carry on
good,
the team, right? He
and he
carry on the
carries
team.
the team.
On the
Matt
Dallas
Duchene,
side, Right now.
Okay, let's say if he got hurt, McElhaney, don't sleep on McElhaney because he's actually a very good goalie. He's older, and he came on late, but he can steal games, which is weird for a backup.
I don't want to open the door to you because you're going to talk about this, but I just want to remind you,
Yeah,
he was with Toronto 2, 3 years
but
ago.
everybody's shit in Toronto.
No, no, he was good
They're
over
never
there.
good.
He
We
was
nobody here's any good.
he was good over there as a backup number two,
Yeah,
and they let him go to Carolina for nothing.
right.
They
But
waive him. They waive him. If I remember, they waive him. No.
I don't know. I can't remember. Let's
Yeah,
look
yeah,
because
yeah. They waive him. They have two goalies at that time.
who was the other goalie? Was that when they had Sparks or was that
Raymer was straight, and San Jose or Kings, and then they have Gary Sparks, and they let go Raymer and McKinney.
wow.
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
I just remember McElhaney early, like for a while, all of a sudden McElhaney's game went like this. He was in Columbus, and they brought him in. You were like, Curtis McElhaney? Because he came from Calgary, right?
Yep.
Then Calgary, Columbus, and in Columbus, they brought him up, and you were like, who am I watching? Because that's not Curtis McElhaney. He looks really good. And then he played really well in Toronto.
He played
He
well. He
played
played
well
well
in
in
Carolina.
Carolina
Like he was
last.
very good in Carolina.
Yep.
He might because I don't know. He might be better than Reimer.
No, I mean, yeah, but after Raymer came after him, but it
That's
was
what I'm
like
saying. Like they replaced him.
He was pushing Mazrak a lot.
Mrazek is like a very good goalie, but he's a little inconsistent. But he's
So my point was just to open that part over there, but just give you an idea also
I
for right
agree
now.
though.
Could have been without him right now. The Dallas have a struggle. I think Bishop is not there anymore. He's not
No,
there
he's
right
hurt.
now. Not saying
Yeah,
he's never going to be back, but he's not there right now. And then they have the young Denninger is not ready to go there. So you have two philosophy, two team with two great goalies, two team with one goalies. But again, I think. Dallas looked great yesterday. They played well, structure wise. Dallas, Vegas have only 8 shots until the middle of the second period.
they looked out of it.
And on the flip side, you can see that Vegas can finish strong the third period. Dallas have only 2 shots at the last period. So they play defensively well. Could have could have been stopped the puck at the right time. Like he make a big save. The only thing I would said to you, he was great yesterday versus Colorado. He did not give a lot of rebound. He was completely pick up the puck and stop the puck and shut down everything.
Late in the game, he started taking he just shut it down. I
Yeah,
noticed that too.
yeah.
The other thing you mentioned was the structure, and I thought Dallas was very good on their breakouts. Like they had, broken play, so you're 5-on-5 against them, and they had a man low on the wall who consistently got that puck. And the D, I thought did a good job, but the wingers on the strong side did a great job. I was like, wow, that's very efficient.
Listen, we talk about who? Klember. We talk a lot about
Kind of,
Eskinen,
yeah.
right? But we forget all the time. Lendl play a solid game, and the big
Very
guy
good.
John Olechek.
Yeah,
Olechek.
Jamie Alexiak is like this guy's been around for a while.
But
He's
we don't
bounced
talk
around.
about them really, right?
He
They
looks
don't
really
score
good.
enough point. But as right now, they make a big difference. That's the reason yesterday I think another transformation for the Dallas. He has 10 points in the last 8 games. 11 point is Jimmy Ben.
Oh well, there you go. But the guy I kept noticing was Rupe Hens Gurionov, and yeah, like those two guys. I consistently, if you go back and watch the clips, you're like, every time
Oh, by the way, Barnes, listen you.
he what?
He listen you.
Oh, why?
He let play only John Mack only 13 minutes.
Good.
Now, if you think about this, check this. I'm going to give you a. I don't get that one there. We have to be careful about that one there. But check his time. Right? Seguin, 17 minutes. Got it? Pavelski, 17 minutes. Got it? Ben, 15 minutes. Fasca, 16 minutes. Dickinson, 17 minutes with a PK. But he
He
still
scored
plays.
anything?
Yeah, Dickinson. But
He had
here's
one
my
goal?
point to you. What I want to bring to you is this part. Radulov, Kuryanov, Kirivata,
Okay.
Ranta,
Yeah.
right? Who is
Yeah.
going to maybe never score another goal in NHL, right?
Maybe never.
And, got it?
Yeah.
Okay, and I will give you Corey Perry.
Yeah.
So it's one, two, three, four, five, six player. They play an average of 12 minutes.
Come on.
Yeah. So the rest of the thing, he
Really?
plays six players at 12-minute average, or one maybe I will give you at 13 minutes, but this. And then you have one, two, three, four, five players at 17 minutes, 16 minutes.
Oh my God.
So
So
that
he's
he
he's
really
rolling four
focused.
lines.
He really focused on two line over there. Then he focused more. But the good thing about, and that's what I don't get this one. Radulov yesterday played only 11 minutes 46 seconds. So is it hurt? Is it injury? I don't know. But he was the last player on the bench yesterday with the last minutes.
Yeah. So he basically rolled four lines, obviously. If on the forwards, on the D, I feel like everybody played 20 minutes.
On the D, you have to give a chance. Like Lindell, uh, Eskenen played 24, 25 minutes, and then Klemberg and Olesiak, he played 22 minutes. He played a lot more yesterday. Sekera, he played
Yeah.
over
Yeah. He played 16 minutes. Like,
yeah 17, 18 minutes
I
with a
don't even know who
PK.
John Hanley is or whatever this guy's name is. But
John Henley picked they bring him on
Joel
the
Hanley.
ice,
Oh,
and
Joel Hanley. I know who this is. I'm sorry. He's been around for a while.
yeah, they took out Fidan, Taylor Fidan.
Taylor
Yes,
Fadoon. Yeah.
yeah, he was. I believe Henley. It was his first game on the playoff.
He's played like 45 career games.
No, no, but I think it was his first game yesterday.
Yeah, it's he's
Um,
not like it's. I was like, who
I
is that?
apologize. He played the last game again,
Oh, he did.
Colorado. Game number 7. He played
Oh,
only
good for
nine.
him.
He played only 9 minutes. So it was his second game. Now I think maybe Fedon is hurt, but or
Yeah,
they have more confidence about him one. But overall, Dallas play a solid game structure. Don't they get they play better what we expect honestly, and could have been
but
play a
they
solid
played
game on.
defensively.
Yeah,
Like what the hell? We just came from fire wagon to like back and forth hockey
yep,
with high goal scoring, and then they pitch a 1-0 win.
yep.
And just the way again the way they played was like, is this the same team? They look more like the Islanders than they did the
On
Stars.
the flip side, Vegas play only at 3 line. On the 4 line, you have Courier with Nozek and Cousin,
Yep.
Nick Cousin, but he play only 8 minutes, 9 minutes. So he's really play at at 3 line, and those 3 line, they have only two players at 15 minutes. So the rest of the play, like, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. So he really play a more at 3 line, honestly. Um, and then the only defenseman play over 25 minutes for him, he was Shea Theodore. Play a solid 28 minutes with the power play.
25 minutes. Oh my God.
So
Yeah.
we have a good thing over there. And then, one thing I'm surprised to you, I want to ask you this part, is McNabb, only 13 minutes.
I mean, to me, he's a
Holden
bust.
play more minutes to McNabb. So how we expect injury there, I don't know.
It's possible, but I
No,
mean, I don't think McNabb is like a 20-minute guy normally, right?
yeah.
Is he? I would say McNabb's like their third pairing.
No power play goal yesterday, 0-2-0-4. One thing you have to remember, that's when I want to bring you on that one after that. 49 hits Dallas, 47 hits Vegas, for a total of 96 hits. Now, my ask you a question. Do you really believe Ryan Reeves was missing a lot for Vegas?
Oh man, if that's why, that's I don't know. Well, one thing about it, I think that I noticed is how big Dallas is. Like as much like everybody has speed it seems, but they're big. Like they're way bigger than I realized. Like when they were playing physical yesterday against Vegas, I was like, wow, they look a lot bigger. Like they've got guys like Faxa is like 6'2", Perry's like 6'2", Janmark's like 6'2". You used to go down that lineup. Ben's a big man. Como's not small. Como's a thick guy. Pavelski's not very big, but then you got Rupe Hintz, even Jason Dickinson 6'2". So the average height on their forwards is they're a big team. And then on the back end they got like so they're a big team. I think that
Do you
what
know
you're
who
saying
hit the
is
most?
Vegas is definitely smaller,
Do you know who hit the most?
like player wise.
Yeah,
Who had the most hits?
yeah, yesterday for both teams.
This is gonna sound strange.
Yes,
I think Sagan.
Como.
Como, okay, that makes sense.
Yeah,
How many hits did he have?
7.
7. Wow. What? How many
Following
did?
by William Carrier, and then our best friend Kivi Renta
Oh, that's good. I mean,
with
the Finn.
5.
Yeah, I think he's good in that role. I
Who
just.
has the most shot yesterday on the net for
But actually,
both
I was going
games?
to ask you, how many did Sagan get? Because I thought he threw some big hits.
Seguin have only a 4. Not bad, 4.
That's pretty good for a
Yeah,
star player. I want
but
him to score and
who
not
has the
hit.
most shot yesterday on the net? Both teams.
Players,
Yeah.
Schmidt,
Oh, he got it.
he must have had 6 or 7 shots.
6.
6 shots. Yeah, he was, and he got the one on. Was it on the power play? I thought he was going to score on that. That was a good save.
How many?
It was like a double screen. It went through the first guy, and then he shot.
Right? How many shot do you think the most you have the most shot yesterday from Dallas?
Dallas.
Yeah.
Um, I would think Sagan, but
Yep.
was it?
4. And then you have to go only with Koreanov at 3, and anybody else have only 2 and 1. That's pretty amazing.
That's so weird. Yeah.
But only a 25 shot. It was barely shooting. But 18, 15 for Blacks, for Star and Golden Knights. Overall, it was fun to see Dallas like this. It's just Vegas
Yeah.
they need
It
to
wasn't a
score
boring
more.
game either.
Um, you know,
I thought there was a lot of speed and action.
yeah,
Like,
I agree with you. So that was the first game between Dallas and Vegas. They are back tomorrow night,
you know,
and tonight game number 1 between Islanders, New York, 8 p.m. Eastern Time
geez,
versus Tampa Bay Lightning Bulls. Um,
I don't know which Tampa are we gonna see.
First of all, let's make this some update here. I don't we like to talk about this one is the news, but let's move on with the update. Sengos is out of the playoff of the series, not of the
Who?
playoff on the series. He's not going to be play again.
Oh, Stamkos. Yeah.
Yeah, all right,
Remember, I said there's no way that injury is
yeah,
bad.
and then Kisherov is going to play.
Oh, good.
He's going to be ready tonight.
Okay, that's good.
That's in a good. That's in a one there.
Yeah.
Um, Honestly, that's what happening right now, and on that side. Um, on the injury side, Islander have nothing to bring on the table. Like Barzell will be back, you'll be there. It's not going to miss. Now, can I find out? And I'm not going to tell you who because they can surprise us. We're going always round. Who is in
In
the
net,
net?
Varlamov.
Are you sure?
I would go with Varlamov. I mean,
Why?
I know the guy had a shutout last time, but I mean, I would add a shutout last time. Like they had 12 or 15 shots. I just think he rolls through the two goalies. Do you think he goes back to Grice because he had the shutout? I don't think he cares about stuff like that.
I think Valamar have bad games. The last 2 or 3 games.
Good point.
You know what I mean? Or the 3 game he won one of them. He
Yeah,
lost 2 of them. Um,
that's true.
I think he would be back with Thomas Crease. Now,
You might be right. Actually, that when you say you remind me of that, maybe just go with Grice. He had a shutout. I think the risk you run there is you don't want to run with him all the time.
And I think
You
the
want both
reason
of them
why I would
going.
say that to you also, like, Varlamov gave 3 goals. Remember that the game number
Yeah,
five,
yeah, they lost the game.
4 or 5 maybe, and then after that, he gave 2 bad goals after that at the beginning of the game, and they lost again, and then Thomas Grease won number 7. So I think I would go with Thomas
Yeah,
Grease,
maybe you go with Greece.
Grease, and then
I guess we'll see if he
Sebastian over
does.
there.
And the other net, you absolutely go with McElhaney.
Yeah. What do you
Never.
think about that one? I think right now this is a two different team, right? It's not two team um, bu built on the same thing, right?
No
I think Islander are based on built from structure,
structure.
defensive, block shot,
Yeah, yeah.
uh,
Doing
gap.
everything
The neutral zone is really tied together, and
back
on
check. Right.
offensive up, they play umbrella 3 up, 3-2. I can call this like 3-2. They bring her up, they drop their D on the side, and then after that you have Barzal over there, Brooke Nelson, and Anders Lee. Now, I would say to you, two players have to be sure they perform is Beauvillier and Pajot had to be sure to support already what Eberle,
Sure.
Barzal, Nelson, and Bailey and Anders Lee. So the third line is really where I believe is going to be have to be a dominate factor if the Islanders have a chance to win. On the flip side, Tampa, we already know what Kucherov and
Point.
Point Palat. What I
Gourds
want
played
to know,
well. Palat's played
the
well.
fact I'm
Pullman
talking
played
about
well.
Pajot and Beauvillier, I want to see the same thing from Cirelli.
Well, I think you. That's what I was gonna say. Is you saw in the last two games Sorelli the way he's capable of playing. He's got to keep doing that because he can have a huge impact in front of the net, down low, on faceoffs, and that's what you need from him. And if you don't, it's not the end of the world because you got guys. You got so much depth on that team. Like you pointed out, Palatz was on fire. Point is so much better than we ever really acknowledged. Blake Coleman was coming on. Blake Coleman was playing very well. Gord has played very well every game.
Yeah.
They've got depth. The guy that I haven't really seen who's kind of been a yo-yo for me is Tyler Johnson. But he's still going to be
I'll be honest
useful,
with you, I put Cirelli at the same level.
and he's bigger, like way
No,
bigger.
at the same level, like he didn't play at the level he's supposed to play
Oh,
Cirelli
I see what you're
on
saying.
the playoff side. Not talking about
Yeah.
physically, I'm talking
No, I
about
think it was only the last two
matching them
games
too
because
well.
Sorelli was invisible before that.
No. I think Tampa now, I would say Gord is a surprise there.
Yeah.
That line with not Coleman with Coleman and good enough, good now.
Oh, Brady, Barkley, Goudreau. Yeah.
They are really good on that one over there. They have Pat Maron at the end. So
Where did Goudreau come from?
who
Where did Goudreau come from? San Jose.
really? Oh yeah, no, you talk about yeah. Okay,
Like,
you talk.
like think
I thought
about
that's
all
where
these
he was
guys. They
born.
were in San Jose. Pavelski, Donskoy, Goudreau, like all the bit players that you never acknowledged before, and they're elsewhere in the playoff.
Yep. So
With the,
and then also McDonough come back now in the lineup. He played the last game.
oh yeah,
You
that's
know
a
what I
that's
mean?
a
Now
help.
yeah, Sergachev played a really strong last 3 games against
Man, he played
Boston.
good.
Renee, he was not very well at the beginning, right? I don't say he was bad.
Yeah,
I
he
think
was
he was not
okay.
playing the level he can play, and he stepped up against Boston the last
I
three
agree.
games. And you know already Edmund, you already know McDonough, you know already know Sergachev, and then I
Luke
think
Shen needs to like not be in the line.
Shattenkirk played well,
Do you
right?
think Shen played well? Shen drives me nuts.
Shattenkirk played a solid 3 game against
Oh,
Boston,
Shattenkirk. Oh, yeah, yeah.
right?
Shattenkirk played well.
Then
Um,
then you got Luxian played a
Bogosian.
role, and then Bogosian, right? Bogosian,
Bogosian's played very well for
very
me.
well
Like,
over there. So think about this one now. Now, Barry Trust. Don't thinking because Islander are not the same level like Tampa. He can surprise Tampa.
Yeah,
Pirate Ross can bring a system to be sure he's going to shut down Point and Kucherov. The problem is without them, without Stenko, Tampa is still great.
I know for
So
sure.
that
Yeah, I think that how do you counter what New York does?
now here's a problem I will say to you. Why Islanders going to lose? They're defensemen.
Yeah,
To win, they need to
Letty's very inconsistent.
they need to be sure those defensemen, Manfell, Toes, Bullock,
Yeah,
Lendy, and
Pulak is Green is
Pillish, right?
I
Pillish.
like Adam Pelech. Yeah,
So those kids have to be sure they play the A game every night. They cannot create turnover like they did again Flyers
no,
in the
I
game
agree with
five
you.
and six.
They're a weird makeup. You know the guy they really I don't understand is Boychuk hurt?
Yes,
Yeah,
that was the
so
second game of the playoff.
he's gone, right?
Right now, he did not come back. We have no news about him to come back.
I think they really miss Boychuk. Andy Green's been solid. He's contributed offensively, shockingly.
Scored 2 goals so far, but I
Yeah.
think he's really solid now.
Mayfield's actually been pretty
Now,
solid, but yeah,
now
they're
they are
not.
coming fast on his side, right? So he's better to be at the right position. Everything like that. They're going to use more green on that side versus on the side, right? So
You know who we haven't seen is Noah Dobson.
no, he's not play at all.
I mean, I think the guy that is actually better than I realize is Pulak.
Yeah, but solid, great playoff. He's always been good for the last 2 years, I believe, if I
Yep,
can call it. He played well on that division, on that team over there. I just want to let you know is if one coach can beat a great team, it's Barry Trotz.
it is. But I
So
think
I
your
don't
point
want
is
to
valid.
twist. I don't put them under like, oh, now Tampa is going to win right away like this. I think he can surprise. And we are 2020, so final Islanders Dallas. I wouldn't be shocked, because that's 2020. That that's 20. You know what I mean? I'm
Oh,
not going to be shake my head. But no, Michael, it's 2020.
well,
It's
it's very.
almost
I
like
mean, listen, it's 0-0 in the series. On paper, you should say Tampa should win this, by a bit of a margin. They should win in 5-6 games. I'm
yeah,
not sure that's what's going to happen, but I think your point makes a lot of sense. Like the D on Dallas or on the
Islanders.
Islanders does not blow me away. They miss Boychuk for sure. The- They have depth, and you look at the contributions of the guys. It's hard to fault them, but is Tampa going to create havoc? Like Tampa, do they put pressure on D? It's more their skill, right?
The speed, I think the speed
Maybe,
of Tampa is going to be
maybe, yeah. The small guys,
problem
right?
of
A
um,
lot, big
yes.
guy that
That's the
can
only
move.
thing I would say to you. Not,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Not, that's the only thing I can see right now going to be a problem about that one over there. So, we'll see what happening there. I predict tonight Tampa 4 and Islanders 3.
Whoa.
I will go maybe an OT on that one, but again, I think that will be the game, my selection for the game
I have
tonight.
no idea.
Um, you know,
What's
but by
gonna?
the way how the NHL is working right now, 2020, if I was put $2 on the NFL Super Bowl, I go
Yeah.
to Cleveland Browns.
Oh, really? Yeah, because they'll know they
It's
would never normally
2020.
win.
It's 2020. You never know what could happen right there, right? So it's
So
just
you're saying what we should do is we should go and put money on Dallas and the Islanders to win the.
at night. It's crazy right now. That's amazing to see that. Let's
Uh,
move on for the news. It's 11:35, and I know it's family your time over there. News wise, new signature and and then you go to maybe knows them, so you can give us a little bit more
oh, did
information.
they announce the award winners?
Uh, I'm sorry.
Did they announce any award winners? Is that today?
Yes, he was Matt Dumba. It was not for everybody, but he can announce like
Oh,
1-to-1. Uh,
oh,
the Minnesota Wild, Matt Dumba beat, he was the winner of the 2020 King Clancy Memorial Trophy.
what
And
is the King Clancy now for?
for the community.
Oh, got it.
I
Okay.
think so. I could be wrong,
Yeah, I think you're right.
but I think it's for the
It's
community.
leadership or something like that in the
Yeah,
community.
the runner about this it was P.K. Subban again this year. Um, you know,
Cool.
King Clancy was really involved with NHL
Yeah.
long time ago. He played in 21-37. But one thing you don't know, they never talk about this, is about he was a referee.
He was everything.
Yeah,
Didn't he do everything? Like he was a coach, he was a general manager. I mean, he was like Mr. Everything. Like for the we had the yeah, we had in Toronto. There's the King Clancy Cup, which is like the teams that lose play for kind of like a consolation in the GTHL.
yeah,
Um, I mean, his legacy in hockey is crazy. But yeah, referee. I thought he, yeah, coach and executive, right?
yep.
He's been
So,
everything.
it's all about it really is about the leadership on and off on the ice, and you make a humanitarian contribution to these communities.
Yeah.
And that's really the definition of the King Clancy. The reason why Matt Dumba is a participation about uh, the situation, and so that's the reason he got it. I think he's well deserved. I think he
Oh
did
yeah.
very well.
Yeah.
He talked the big speech. You remember at the beginning of the playoff, and is one of the big part of this situation. So congrats to Matt Tamba
Yeah, that's
about that
great.
one over there. I want to mention okay the new signature about this. Montreal Canadiens signed a young kid. He's not young. He's 24 years old. Lucas Vance Demo. Play only 7 games with Montreal. Play most of the time. We're now with Laval Rockets. Signed for $700 PK. 700, but is a double.
Oh, it's two-way deal.
Yeah, exactly. And then we talk about him, uh, Pittsburgh, because you laugh about this. Pittsburgh Penn signed defenseman, 26 years old, played 36 games last season, resigned for $1.15 million, a 2 years contract for a total of 2.3. Be careful, be ready. Jusso Raikola.
Oh, Ricola.
Ricola, yeah, you got it. He's 26 years old. We was surprised, if you remember, you and me, I think we didn't expect he played like over, couple
He's
of
played 72 career games or something.
yeah. So we're not
I never even heard of
surprised
him.
about that one over there. We did not know about this.
Yeah,
Uh,
I had no idea.
really. So Pitts signed him over there. Honestly, that's the only two signatures going on that one over there. Let's move on to news about this. I want to talk about a little bit more about the situation um, with Rimmer NHL. Let's go move on with two teams was just got eliminated. We're going to talk more about them on the other segment recording, but today we'll just talk about what's going on. News. Flowers, Philadelphia Flowers, World Forward, Nolan Patrick and Oscar Lindblom be able to play a full season next year. That's the situation they don't know. They are really concerned about Patrick. He is out since April
Not good.
2019 with a migraine disorder. He's really the one. I'm not sure he's going to be back in
I
NHL.
don't know if he will. Like, I think we go back, like, he played in Brandon in the WHL. Always a good player, but I was always like, this guy, there's something about him. First
Yep,
of all, his dad played in the NHL, and his dad had a lot of injuries.
yep.
And that doesn't mean anything, except it was just like they're very similar body type. He's a thicker kid now than I think his dad probably was, but very similar. He's just there's something about him, and he missed a bunch of time in the
Yeah.
WHL.
Talking about him is a RFA, and then the decision of the Flyers
I
with
don't
the
know.
RFA. The Flyers have about 9 million in cap space at that moment. The RFA are Robert Ag, defenseman, Philip Myers, and
Would get
Nicolas
money.
Aube Kubel.
I mean, does Myers get paid now or the next contract? Like he's gonna get some money at some point.
Yes, and now yeah, remember they maybe try to move GVR is 7 million on the cap hit right now.
He
Uh,
played well. I was shocked.
yeah.
Like, why doesn't he play like that all the time?
Exactly. So 7 million to carry on. That would be a big decision to see. He still scored 23 goal at Bailey. He's over 20 goal last year. I know that. I'm not, but it's a big decision at $7 million. Have they start to pay all the youngest, or they have to keep him? Now on the veteran debt with UFA, Derek Grant, Nate Thompson, Taylor Pitlick, Justin Brown,
Oh,
Brown.
Justin Braun would,
Yeah.
yeah, that was a good signing. I thought he
And
helped
the goalie is
with the acquisition from San
Grant
Jose.
Elliott.
Where did Braun come from? Another San Jose depth guy
Yeah,
who played well.
not bad at all.
Like, man, you got to be kicking yourself if you're San Jose.
You're absolutely right. Talking the next move is about Vancouver Canucks. You have a very right. You mentioned this yesterday, and you're absolutely right about make a decision on pending a UFA goaltender, Jacob Maxstrom. Uh, Canucks have to be sure they have the right decision because that's their Tasher Tamko. Uh, is it real or is it someone where
I mean, I think you definitely sign Markstrom.
I think so too?
The problem is he's going to get a no trade contract, no movement clause. I think that's a given.
Yes.
You've got an expansion draft. Are you saying no matter what I'm going to lose Demko? If so, you do trade him, which you don't want to lose Demko. Like what goal? How many goalies are the NHL that are 2024 between those ages that have played as many games and have his ability?
Yep.
It's a really tough decision.
But I believe you said at the beginning, like I remember at the beginning of this this show, you always said Max Strom should be with Canucks. He's only 30 years old.
Yeah,
Find a way to stay there. I agree with you about that
for
one over
sure.
there. The one thing I have to remember at some point, Elias Pettersson and Quinn Hughes, need big new deal after next season. Not this year. This is
Absolutely.
2021. So we go move on to 21, 22. That bring you to you now, the
Yep.
UFA. I want to give to you this, all right? The Canucks have around 13 million in cap space left with 16 players counting again that number. Now, what do you do with Chris Tanev? Is a really big decision right there. I think Tanev bring a lot on the table for them. I think
Yep.
it's really important player that I think they should sign. Then the other free agent, including for Canucks, are Taylor Toffoli, Jake Vertonen, Adam Godet, and Troy Stetcher. I really believe Toffoli should. If I was a Canucks, I keep Toffoli.
I would keep
I like
Tyler.
Stetcher. Sure. I think he's really good. I think he's
Which
not
is good.
5 and 6. He will be fit over there. I don't know exactly the amount about him, but I would love to give them to fully. Is Vertonen want to go back at 1.5, maybe something? Gaudet did not bring a lot there. The biggest problem, exactly what the Flyers have with GVR, they have Louis Eric.
Erickson,
Yeah.
you gotta buy him out.
So that's two things right now. They have a big decision to go. They have to
But
figure out what's going
I
on
agree
there.
with you on like so I know Tyler in LA was not a fit with the coaching style or staff and they didn't trust him. Tyler's got lots of skill. He scored at every level and he scored again last year. He showed you he's capable of being a 25, 30 goal guy. I believe he's a much better fit in Vancouver. They have a lot of speed. He's not a fast guy, but he's not a bad skater. He's just not fast. And you want him for his hands and game sense. He's a great fit there, along with Tanner Pearson. So you got both Tanner and Tyler, 2/3 of that 70s line performing great in Vancouver. I think you keep them both, keep them together, keep a young centerman with them, and you'll have the depth you want. I think you've got to buy out Erickson. You got to get rid of that contract for whatever reason. It hasn't worked out. Maybe he got old real fast.
I,
Godet had
I agree with you.
Godet had a lot of offense this year. Like I was surprised how much he got. He had 12 goals in 59 games.
Yep.
So that's another real good player. I mean, I
I
don't
just
know. I
want to
think those are
mention
good
this.
moves. I think you just keep everybody. I don't see major shakeup here. Your best days are ahead with Pedersen and Hughes. And then JT Miller, man, like if he keeps anywhere near his current level of play, then you're in good shape.
You know, we said saying 2020, the virus, everything like pandemic, everything like that, life is changing, a lot of things, but for the first time in the history NHL, they are selling virtual season tickets. The Seattle Kraken, they
Yeah.
become the first team to sell all the tickets online, virtual right now. They have it something like that. They passed. They expect a lot. Sign up everything. They are.
Does that mean there's no physical tickets? It's all digital, or what does it mean?
No, if how the way to sell it,
So
they have
no
a
sales team like in
virtual, yeah,
person stuff.
exactly. So
Yeah,
they
that
have a
makes
lot
sense.
of the Zoom presentation, including a seating chart and available inventory, visual presentation, the
Mhm.
arena, the amenities, everything like that. Go through that one over there.
This team makes announcements and decisions already that bore me.
Yeah, the
Like
average.
this is going to be the team that's going to be so obsessed with its stupid little decisions. Like, yay!
Then they have the tickets about $50 to 170 per game. The
Dude, that
first
place is a mess.
per game. So we'll see about this one over there. They, they, they have already 13,000 season ticket. I think it was the,
They have more than that. They've sold 24,000 season tickets.
yeah,
The problem is what they pitched the NHL on was a 20,000 seat or 19,000 seat arena. And what they did, that building, the Key
17.
Arena, is 17 now because, which, I have a connection to Seattle hockey, like in that area, right? I was a director of coaching up in Everett. Drives me nuts what goes on there. And I was very forward saying, well, guys, why are you guys doing this? You could go build a new building. And I'm nobody, but I said it. And it was like, oh, you don't know what you're talking about. We're going to go to Key Arena. And I'm like, that is an old ass building on the Puget Sound. So we're going to dig 20 feet into the ground. So that because they can't raise the roof, right? And there's obstructed seating. It's an old building.
Yep.
So they get down about 8 is what I was told, and it started flooding, which I'm like, well, who said that? Which is nobody. I'm nobody. But I mean, at the same time, it's $1 billion for that arena that can't seat more than 17. And they've sold 24,000 season tickets. So good
35,000.
for you selling them online, but you got a bigger problem.
No, they collect 35,000 deposit.
35. What?
Yeah, deposit. So it's not said they are
Holy
completely
crap.
sold the season ticket, right?
Oh,
So to get a possible to buy a tickets, right?
yeah.
You have to get a deposit example like
Yeah, yeah.
500, whatever it is. But that's what
Wow.
they have right now. So,
Wow.
just another big news.
Well, it's sold out for a long time, but they may never make money because they needed a proper NHL building, and the NHL got hoodwinked on that, and it's a mistake.
Yeah.
So I predict in the next 10 years they're gonna have to build another building.
So let's go resume at the end of the in this show. Yesterday, Dallas surprised everybody, beat Vegas 1-0.
Islanders tonight.
Shootout to Mr. Uh, Kudobin. And then tonight, Islanders versus Tampa. Was your prediction?
Phil, how long has Tampa been sitting around?
A couple of days.
Just a couple days or a
Weeks.
week? Weeks. It feels like weeks. Something tells me Islanders, but Islanders haven't really been playing that well lately. They're like 2-2-4. Their last 8 games are 2-2-4. I think. Am I wrong?
Wrong because they cannot be four, but the
Overtime.
yeah, they maybe 3, 4, and 1. Maybe I don't know. It cannot be one, but it could be. You know,
They've
they won the
they had
first
4
three
overtime
games.
games.
They won the first 3 games. The fourth, it was 3-1.
I
They,
mean, I like Tampa. We'll go with
they are
Tampa,
4-3.
but are they? Yeah.
I mean 5-3
If-
the 8 games if you want to go there. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah. I don't know. I think that I think the Islanders might win game 1.
All right, I go with my Tampa again.
Tampa
And
should win the series, though.
I got Tampa until to the finals, so that's my
Yeah,
prediction.
I'm agreeing with you there. Hopefully, Hopefully, it's like I don't know. I guess we'll see.
Enjoy your rest of the day. Labor Day, everybody. Happy Labor Day. Thank you, Hockey Nation fans. Have a great day, Michael. I will see you tomorrow,
Thanks,
11
Frenchy.
a.m. Eastern Time. Have a great one, everybody.
See ya.
Enjoy your day.